Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to take you through another circuit, strength training, a little bit of mobility in here. Today for the workout you're going to need a set of light dumbbells. So I use 10 pounds for mine and a stability ball. Okay, we're going to start with a warm-up of a few activities. The first is leg swings. So I'm going to use my treadmill here, and we're going to go 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off for everything in today's workout. And so for the leg swings, you're just swinging straight ahead. Use half your time for a forward leg swing, and then you're going to turn and face the wall or your treadmill or whatever it is that you're holding on to. You want to keep your hips kind of square towards whatever you're facing, and we're coming across the body for this. So do about 20 seconds each direction, forward and side to side, and then you'll switch sides for that, okay? The next is a YTW, just kind of opening up our shoulders. So we're gonna start with our feet shoulder width apart, knees are slightly bent. We're gonna hinge forward from the hips, keeping that chest up, a nice neutral spine position. So kind of hinge forward to here, okay? And we're gonna drop our hands down in front, kind of shake those shoulder blades out so they're nice and relaxed. And we're just focusing on range of motion. So we're gonna rotate through a Y, a T where I'm squeezing those shoulder blades together in the back, and a W. Okay, so just kind of opening up that upper body, rotating through each of these positions for that 45 seconds. And then last warm-up activity is a deep squat shift. So kind of really focusing on where you need to kind of get opened up in terms of range of motion. I'm super tight today, so I had to spend a little bit more time kind of shifting side to side to get a nice stretch out of this one. But we're just going to start with our hands above our heads. Our toes are slightly wider than shoulder width. Toes are pointed slightly out. Okay. And I'm reaching down towards the inside of my feet. Again, keeping that neutral spine, grabbing a little bit of a hamstring stretch on my way down. Wherever you get to that sticking point where you can't really get any deeper, then you can round your back forward. And we're gonna come down to a deep squat where you can kind of shift side to side to get a little bit more of a stretch. Whatever feels good to you, okay? Maybe you feel good in this position, you can kind of sit in this position, and then I brought my hands up and kind of lifted myself up. I did about 2 sets of that within that 45-second window, okay? So that's the end of the warm-up. Then we're gonna move into 3 supersets. The first superset is a hot salsa and a good morning, okay? So I'm gonna use a light dumbbell for this. You could also do this without a dumbbell if you want, or if you have a medicine ball or something like that, just something light. To give you a little bit of a challenge. I did these walking forward, walking back. If you don't have that much space, you could also do them kind of in place. So I'm gonna take my dumbbell, my medicine ball, whatever you have. I'm gonna take a nice big step forward. I'm gonna bring that weight towards that front foot, okay? Then I'm gonna drive that weight up and drive my toe up. Okay, so a nice big step, drop the weight down in front and driving up. Good knee drive. Toe up, knee up, a nice dorsiflex position for those toes. Okay, so that's the good morning. That's the hot salsa. Next, we're gonna move to the good mornings. Okay, I'm gonna grab both of my light dumbbells. You could also do this one with no weight if you'd like. I'm gonna set my dumbbells kind of right on my shoulders. Again, feet are shoulder width apart, knees are slightly bent, a nice neutral spine, my chest is up. I'm gonna keep my eyes up so that I can maintain that nice neutral spine position. And I'm gonna hinge forward to wherever I feel a good stretch in the hamstrings and that posterior chain and bring myself back up. Okay, so that's the good morning. Again, if you wanted to do it without weight, just as a nice mobility exercise, you can kind of stick those hands right behind your ears, same body position, and I'm just kind of hinging forward here and back up, okay? So we're gonna rotate through hot salsa good morning 3 times each for those exercises, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, okay? Next, we are going to do a superset using our stability ball. Okay. The first is just a shoulder mobility exercise. So I'm going to lay on my ball. I've got my tummy on my ball. I can bring my feet out wide if I need a little bit more stability in terms of maintaining that body position. kind of wherever feels comfortable for you. You're gonna bring your hands out in front, keeping those elbows up. I'm rotating through kind of that internal and external rotation. Sneaking in a little bit of muscular endurance for those upper traps and rhomboids, okay? So that's the stability ball shoulder mobility exercise. The next is a stability ball jackknife and push-up. This is the hardest exercise in the set. You can also break this up. I'm gonna show you kind of the full version and then I can break it up for you as well. So you're gonna put your feet on top of the ball. Hands are shoulder width apart. I'm gonna pull my feet in and push up, okay? Lots of ways to make this easier, okay? I can slide up on the ball. The more surface area I have on the ball, the easier that jackknife becomes, okay? Also, the easier the push-ups become. Maybe that's too challenging for you and you wanna kind of separate it out and just do the jackknife with a lot of surface area on the ball and then follow it up with a set of modified push-ups. That works as well, okay? So again, that's absolutely the hardest exercise in this set. So you'll do 3 sets with the shoulder mobility, 3 sets with the jackknife push-up combo, okay? Next, we're gonna move into 2 more stability ball exercises. The first is a dumbbell row, okay? Again, same position as the shoulder mobility exercise. I want my feet nice and wide so I can kind of maintain that balance as I'm up here. As you get more, I guess, advanced with this exercise, you can slide your feet together and really utilize your core to maintain that body position. Okay, grab your 2 dumbbells. And again, I'm kind of keeping my core and trunk in a rigid position so that I'm not bouncing all over on the ball. My ball needs a little bit more air, so I will be a little bit bouncy, but do your best to kind of keep that core tight as you're doing this exercise. Again, you're gonna grab both those dumbbells. You're looking straight down to maintain that neutral position in the neck. And I'm gonna squeeze my shoulder blades at the top and back down. Okay, so 45 seconds for that exercise. Then we're moving to a stability ball single leg lunge. This one's pretty tough and I actually have more trouble on one side than the other, which absolutely shows that I've got some imbalances in terms of mobility and probably strength as well. So you're gonna put your foot on top of your ball, okay? You want your toe pointed straight ahead and you can put your hands here. If you're advanced, you wanna hold a dumbbell while you do this, you absolutely can do that as well. And I'm gonna sit down into a lunge position, okay? So we're doing just like a side lunge with the stability ball elevation for that leg, okay? So I'm gonna sit down into a lunge position and drive back up, okay? The more surface area I have on the ball, the easier this exercise becomes, okay? As I said, you can use a dumbbell if you want, or if you just want to kind of focus on getting good range of motion, keeping that knee in a straight line as you're moving through these positions, that's great as well, okay? So do 45 seconds each side for that stability ball lunge, and that is the end of the strength training portion. I've got 3 different little mobility cool down things to kind of end the workout. The first is a 90-90 internal external rotator. So you're gonna start in your 90-90 position. I keep my hands behind my back for this. And you're gonna do choose your leg. So I'm gonna start with my left leg here. I'm gonna do lift my heel up. And then I wanna lift my knee as far out as I can do for external rotation, okay? Then set that foot back down. Do a 90-90 to kind of reset. Then I'm gonna do internal rotation, external rotation as far out as I can get, and rotating through, okay? So you'll do that exercise 45 seconds each side, 1 time for that. Okay? The next is a pigeon fold. So I'm gonna get to a nice pigeon position. Okay, again, where you put that knee depends on where you feel a nice stretch For me today, I need it kind of straight ahead. Sometimes you want to put it more towards your opposite shoulder, whatever feels good for you in terms of getting those glutes, IT band activated on that left side, okay? So I'm gonna get to my pigeon position and I'm just kind of rotating through, laying forward on that knee. And then as I come up, I wanna kind of shift my weight to this right side and looking straight up, grabbing a nice hip flexor stretch on that back side. Okay, so just kind of rotating through each of those positions. Okay. Then the last of our stretches will be a lying shoulder opener. And for this, I'm going to put my knees together, bring them to the side. I'm lying flat on my mat. You can put your head down as well, and hands are together on the side. And I'm just kind of opening up. So I want to keep that hand on the ground. I want to keep that top shoulder as close as I can to the ground, really opening up that chest. Working on good shoulder and chest mobility to kind of end us out, okay? So you'll do 45 seconds each side for that one. And that workout is 31 minutes. So I hope you have a great day and I will see you next time.